Hello everyone and welcome. This is just a short video to show you how I put my guidelines on my canvases and my larger works of art. In this video, I'm going to show you how I get 16 segments in my guidelines. A segment is just the line that cuts our guidelines into pieces of pie. If you're watching one of my videos before 2025, you're probably looking at 8 segments, and I'll put a whole video for that right here and in the description. Today, we're just going to be making the guidelines that I'm using now and plan on using for quite a while. I just love them. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my center on the canvas. I do this on a square canvas. I use a ruler and I make a big X from corner to corner. Where those two lines intersect is my middle. I mark it with a circle. If I'm using a round surface, I'll go ahead and use a center finder. I have a whole nother video on how to do that. All right, now I'm gonna use this DIY segment stencil. You guys, I designed this just for my liking. If you know how to make 16 segments on a canvas or any other surface, go right ahead. You do not have to have this stencil. If you want the guidelines that I use, you're welcome to download this in my Etsy shop. I'll leave a link for it down below. It just makes it so easy for me to stay on track, and it cuts the segments down to 8 in the center because I find that 16 segments in the middle of these mandalas is just too much. So once I have all these marks down, I will erase anything in the middle, and then I'm going to get out my ruler and pretty much play connect the dots. I have a whole video on how to use this segment stencil. If you need a little bit more instruction, I'll leave a link to that video down below. Okay, once I get all of my lines on my canvas, I'm going to think about making those rings. See how the middle has half the amount of lines going into it? If you took those lines all the way down, it really does make the whole inner a little bit too jumbled, at least for me. All right, now it's time to make those rings. I'm gonna do it just like I always have. I'm gonna use my DIY compass and I am gonna make these circles. I have a whole video on how to make and how to use this DIY compass, you guys. It's gonna give me rings that are 1 centimeter apart. If you wanna follow along using your regular old compass, that is just fine. I love this little DIY compass. I'm pretty sure it's at my art desk forever now. Okay, if you'll look, I have made 16 segments around the outside and I've made 8 segments on the inside. No more jumbled up segments in the middle and plenty of segments on the outside where I need them most. All right, I hope that helped everybody out. I will leave a video right here on how I made the guidelines with 8 segments. I want you to watch that, and until next time, rock on.